Hi there. Welcome to Anonymity 1D. My name is Lisa. I am a diabetes educator and also have type 1 diabetes.
My name is Susan. My daughter Mia has type 1 diabetes.
And my name is Dave. I have type 1 also.
At Anonymity 1D, our goal is to break down the different aspects of type 1 diabetes so it is easier to understand. In this video, we go over how different kinds of carbs affect our blood sugars and how we can manage that. Please remember that this is for informational purposes only and is not meant to replace your doctor or care team.
Please like and subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Let us know in the comments what else you would like to hear about. Thank you.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Susan. How are you both doing?
All good. Nice to see you both again.
Same here. I am glad we were finally able to meet up. I know there was a lot we wanted to talk about.
I have been looking forward to this. Mia had cereal for breakfast yesterday after a long time, and her blood sugar rose so quickly, I was not sure how to fix it.
At home, we are starting to eat more whole grain and less white bread and white rice. It has been good for my sugars, but there are some new blood sugar patterns that I am picking up on and not sure why it is happening.
I am glad you have these questions. Let's look deeper into carbohydrates and why our body responds differently to it. Carbs, like breakfast cereal in this example, that are broken down to glucose and absorbed by our body are called glycemic. These cause a rise in blood sugar. Other carbs, like chickpeas in this example, contain both glucose and fiber. Fiber is not broken down to glucose and therefore do not affect our blood sugar. It slows down absorption of glucose, causing a more blunt spike. Those carbs that do not affect our blood sugar are called non-glycemic. Glycemic index, or GI, basically refers to how much of the carbs is glycemic and therefore will affect the blood sugar. Foods with a high glycemic index cause a large and quick rise in blood sugar. These include soda, juice, white rice, many varieties of potatoes, white bread, and pasta. Foods with low GI are higher in fiber, which slows down absorption and cause a more blunt spike in blood sugar. These include dairy products, legumes, and whole grain breads. Here are examples of high GI and low GI options for some common foods. Processed foods like white rice, white bread, and instant oatmeal have less fiber, so higher GI content. Nowadays, you get lentil or chickpea pasta, which tends to have a lower carb content and lower GI. High GI foods tend to cause an earlier and larger blood sugar spike. If you dose before meals as usual, the insulin spike is not quick enough to fix the large blood sugar rise. By the time the insulin starts working, the blood sugar is already coming down. So there can be a quick rise followed by a steep drop in blood sugar.
I noticed that with Mia's breakfast cereal.
I noticed that the other night when I had Chinese food. Is it because of the same reason?
That sounds about right. White rice and noodles in Chinese food can cause large rises in blood sugar. Their sauces have brown sugar or honey, which also adds to that.
Are there any tips to fix that?
It is challenging, but there are some tips that can blunt that spike. Because insulin takes 10 to 15 minutes to work, you may need to dose 20 to sometimes 30 minutes before you start eating these high GI foods. You can switch to a lower GI option if possible, like switching from white rice to brown rice. You can also try adding some protein or fat to slow down the absorption, like adding eggs or bacon to your breakfast instead of just cereal. Now, low GI foods like chickpeas in this example tend to cause a slow and sustained rise in blood sugar. The insulin rise from the usual insulin dose may then cause low blood sugar soon after a meal and not address the sustained high. You can split the mealtime dose and give half now and the other half 1 hour later. You may need to modify that. Give more up front or give it 2 hours apart. The key is to try one method at least a few different times to see if it works or not. On insulin pumps, there are 3 bolus options. The first is the standard bolus, which is what we typically use. The second is an extended bolus, where the dose is given slowly over a set number of hours. The third is combination bolus, where some of the bolus is delivered immediately and the rest is given continuously like an extended bolus. Now, if the insulin pump communicates with the continuous glucose sensor, like hybrid closed loops, then some of these bolus options may not be available, and based on the algorithm, the pump itself may try to work on the high sugar. Your diabetes care team can help choose the best option for you.
I used to split the dose half and half when I was on injections. With my closed loop pump, I cannot use the other kinds of boluses. I enter half the carbs when I start eating and enter the rest 1 hour later. That, along with my closed loop algorithm, seems to work better.
That sounds like a great tip. We stopped cereal on a regular basis because of the effect on her sugars. She does ask for it occasionally, so I will dose ahead then and see how she responds.
Let's finish up our drinks. I want to talk to you both about how fat and protein can affect our blood sugars. That is important to understand the effect of pizza on blood sugars.
Sure. Let's do it. Pizza is challenging, so this will be very helpful. We hope this gave you a better understanding of how different carbohydrates and their fiber content can affect blood sugars and how you can dose differently for it.
In our next video, we will be talking about how fat and protein can affect blood sugars and how you can manage that. That will help understand why pizza causes different blood sugar patterns. Please remember that this is for informational purposes only and is not meant to replace your doctor or care team.
Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on when we upload that next video. Let us know in the comments what else you would like to hear about. Thank you.